welcome you and thank you so much for joining us in the opening of the brand new Shelby Township Library. Come on. I'd like to start by introducing Veteran Events Coordinator Phil Randazzo and the Police Honor Guard for the flag raising.
Did it hurt you?
I've never been stepped on like that.
Free, Dad.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and justice for all. Thank you so much. Now it is my honor to introduce the Board of Trustees. We'll start with Supervisor Rick Stathakis, who unfortunately is home ill today, Clerk Stan Grote, Treasurer Jim Carabelli, Trustee John Vermeulen, Trustee Lisa Casali, Trustee Vince Viviano, and Trustee Lucia DeSico. I also need to introduce our former trustees who were instrumental in the development of this library. Former trustee Lynn Wilhelm, former trustee and current state senator Doug Wozniak, former treasurer Michael Flynn, and now I'd love to introduce the library director, the one and only Katie Esther.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Before I get started, I'm really honored that Doug Wozniak is here today, and I understand that there's a proclamation from the state. And Doug, if you'd like to come up, we'd love to accept it.
Thank you. Thank you. I remembered when we hired Katie, and she and I and the board at that time shared a dream. It's right here. So it came in where we expected it to be on dollars. We didn't have to borrow. We didn't have to bond. But what you see in front of us is really something that she did and carried it out and made sure she was the torch. I can't say enough about it. And I was just speaking with Treasurer Carabelli about 30 years ago. They started drawing this 30 years ago. So it's been a while. We had to move the gas station, we had to move the Parks and Rec and a few other things, but we got it in the right spot. So what I've got for the Shelby Township Library is a tribute to the opening of this, because it took so long, so much effort, and it's coming to fruition. I can't tell you, this is one of the proudest days of my life for Shelby Township. So Katie? You want me to take that back?
Could you hold it for me just for a little?
Oh!
I'm gonna get it right back.
You got
I
a
promise.
handbag or something you need to carry to?
Thanks everybody for coming today. One little housekeeping note before I get started with my own thank yous. The building is gorgeous and we cannot wait for you to see it. But we are still very much moving in. So please forgive us all the loose ends. There are moving boxes. There's furniture that hasn't come yet. You notice that there's not one stick of signage in the building. I swear it's all coming. So just forgive us while the dust settles a little bit. I have some important people that I'd like you to meet today. First, I'd like to announce and introduce you to the Library Advisory Commission. These are the folks that help steer the direction of the library, give very wise counsel to me as the library director, and are just incredible advocates for our library. Please meet Marie Nixon, Jennifer Simcoe, Tom Hedis, Wakita Thalen, and Austin Edwards. Thank you very much. I'd also like to introduce you to the Friends of the Library Board. The Friends of the Library are the fundraising arm of the library. That's the boring part of what they do, but they fund the majority of our programs, and all the cool, not all of them, but many of the cool bells and whistles you see in this library were paid for by the Friends. They are an intrepid group of volunteers and true champions of our library. Please meet our Friends of the Library Board, Nancy Larco, Michael Larco, Marie Nixon, Beth Bartlett, and Margaret Marie. Thank you very much. So there is a list a mile long of talented folks who really helped this library be brought into an existence. I'd like to encourage you to take a look at our souvenir brochure that we're handing to everybody today to read about all of our highly esteemed and really capable team that spent truly the last 5 years working on this project. From our first work sessions with our architect Jason Arlo from AEW, thank you Jason, and our amazing engineer Carol Thurber from Noack and Fraus, both of whom really ushered us through this project from the very infancy stages all the way till both of them were on site yesterday. So thank you so much. From there, we moved to literally years of construction meetings with our general contractor, Tony Catavera, and our site superintendent, Jerry Domogowski from Burnco Inc. Those meetings were joined by hundreds of hours of design work, thousands of furniture catalogs and paint samples and flooring samples from Kyle Hanning and Jennifer Kotelnicki from Library Design Associates and Anna Vigneron from AEW. All of the amazing AV that you see in the library, all of the cool technology, as well as our one-of-the-kind, never-before-seen magic book, were all provided by Blue Water Technology and arranged by our dedicated account manager, Dennis Janer. Thank you, Dennis. This was a huge undertaking, just huge. A true labor of love for me and for our assistant director, Catherine Schmidt, who, by the way, is the best management partner. The best management partner a library director could ask for. So, this beautiful building gives the library the ability to shine and the room to grow, but there are a lot of ingredients that go into making a really top-notch library. First, you need a supportive local government. And we are so lucky that we have had 2 boards in a row that have championed this library, voted in support of building the first standalone library in Shelby Township, and did so without bonding, borrowing, or raising taxes. I have to offer my heartfelt gratitude to our entire Board of Trustees, both current and prior. I give special recognition to former trustees Lynn Wilhelm and Doug Wozniak, who sat on the advisory board that helped craft the proposals for the new library you see in front of you, and our current trustee, John Vermeulen, who is our board liaison for the entire library project. Thank you all. Another really important ingredient for any great library is summed up by one of my favorite quotes about libraries, which is, the most important asset of any library goes home at night, the library staff. So this gorgeous library needs a heartbeat. And the heart of this library is now and has always been our staff. The people to my right are your library staff. They are dedicated to the success of this library and to the community it serves. Please give them a hand. And maybe the most important ingredient of all is standing right in front of me. You, our community. You all showed up in force. You spoke eloquently and forcefully and passionately in support of this library when we were hoping for a yes vote from our board to build this new library. We're thankful for the families that show up for story times and summer reading programs. We're grateful for our volunteers, our book club members, our teens that fill up the library after school, all of our familiar faces. A great library is the reflection of the community it serves, and we are so very proud to be a part of this community. I truly believe that the adage that a library is the most generous gift that any community can give to its future generations. This library building will inspire imagination, encourage lifelong learning, serve as a community gathering place and a repository for human experience and knowledge. It will be a cherished gift for generations to come. So, without further delay, Shelby Township, let's go open your gift.